All set, aren't you?
Hello and welcome to Dragonfly here on this Mindful Monday with Jack. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, and it's a beautiful day. I'm loving
gorgeous,
this weather. Yeah, finally. Couple days without rain.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of a busy weekend. Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Right.
Full moon.
Full moon. Oh my gosh.
Full moon today.
This
12:56
supposed to be
today.
a pretty potent one. A lot
Yeah.
of transformation energy with Scorpio.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today, Jack?
Well, when we sat last month or month before, and we were picking dates for the Mindful Mondays, and I said, well, let's do this one. It's right around Mother's Day. Maybe we could work something in around Mother's Day. Belated Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, to which that applies. And then something happened last week that kind of changed the direction, and I said, well, maybe I'll just go in this direction. And for some people, this may just seem like, well, duh, when I go through this. For me, it struck me with which the clarity with which this was shown to me. Mm-hmm. It was like, well, here it is. And it's like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. And like I say, for some people, this may seem like, well, duh, it's what you do. For me, it was kind of powerful. It has to do with how mindfulness can help you change. Oh my goodness, no, thank you. I am so sorry.
That's all right.
You can just go away, and I honestly thought I had my watch on silent. It's how mindfulness can help us identify and change behavior patterns. They're not always easy to identify, the behavior patterns themselves. We can identify some of the behaviors, but the pattern itself. This came home to me in a big way. When I have something with a time frame attached to it, I tend to procrastinate until it comes to panic time. Like, oh, I got to get this done right now, even though I've had a lot of time to do this. Most of the time, the consequences aren't severe. Okay, take the garbage out on Wednesday night. Okay, if I forget it, okay, I have a little extra garbage to take out the following week. Not a big deal. Pay my bills on time. The time frame, there's a time-sensitive event. Pay my bills on time. Okay, if I don't, there's a little financial obligation, a little financial consequence. It goes on my permanent record that I didn't pay a bill on time. Prepare for Mindful Monday. If I didn't, okay, it's not the end of the world, but I think you would have been disappointed if I would have shown up this morning and said, gee, Sarah, I don't know what we're going to do today because I didn't prepare anything.
We would have just chatted.
We would have just,
I'd never been disappointed.
Right. But you'd be slightly disappointed that I didn't at least prepare a little bit. I may have disappointed some of you. I would have disappointed myself, certainly, again, for not having. Yeah. I had a recent episode where I had a day where, and I was talking to you about this morning, I had a day where I just had this sense of growing overwhelm. Like things were just, I had too many things to do and too much to do, and everything was closing in on me. So I've learned, through being mindful, to sit with it. And so I did. I sat with it. I sat quietly with it, and I breathed into it. And it's not a comfortable feeling. If you ever sit with your emotions, sometimes it's just not comfortable at all. Yeah. So I'm sitting there with this feeling of overwhelm, and I'm allowing it to be there, thinking, okay, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling overwhelmed? Well, because I have so many things to do. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to take the garbage out, I have to pay my bills, I have to paint the house, I have to... There was one major trigger in there, and I have a project, a fairly large project that's due soon that I've known about for months, and I keep telling myself, I got time to do it, and I do. However, I'm not doing it. I'm procrastinating. I'm telling myself I have plenty of time to do it. So as I'm sitting with this feeling of overwhelm, and I see what the major trigger is. It's this project. It's looming. I say, okay, what do I need to do to fix this? What do I need to do to get out of this sense of overwhelm? What do I need to get through this? Okay, what do I need to do with this project? What's the behavior that I need to change? Procrastination. That's the key, procrastination. How do you counteract procrastination? You do something. Do what? Do anything. Do anything. Take a step.
Right.
Even if it's a step in the wrong direction, you're moving. And then you can see, oh, I'm going in the wrong direction. I'll take another step in the right direction and start taking steps and course correcting as you go. But do something. Okay, what can I do right now to get this project going? Okay, I have to commit to spending some time with it. So, I got a loose plan. I said, this is what I need to do. I need to spend some time, most days, sitting with my project. Some time, because I know myself well enough to know that if I say I'm going to sit every morning from 9 to 11 with my project, I'm going to resent it. I have to go work on my project. I have to go do this. I don't want it to be like that. So some time. I also know myself well enough to know that mornings work better for me with most things, exercise, most things. So sometime, usually in the morning, but leaving it open to afternoon. And I shared with you, I worked on a little project in the afternoon one day last week, and it was fine. Most days, every day, I'm going to do it every day. No, I'm not. I know that unrealistic, and I would resent that too. I would end up resenting it, that I have to sit with my project. So now I've got a loose plan. Sometime, most days, usually in the morning, sitting with my project. And I told myself, even if I sit and stare at the words, stare at the computer, I'm processing, and at least I'm sitting with it, and it's going to come. And I know it will come. So now I've got with my project. Wrote it down. What's next? Communication. My wife, God bless her, is so supportive of most things, most everything I do. So we talk. Honey, this is where I'm at. I'm feeling the sense of overwhelm. And I think this is where the key is. And this is what I need to do. I need to spend some time, most mornings, most days, with my project. Now, my wife and I'm retired, and my wife works 2 days a week. So the other days, we very much enjoy, especially with the nicer weather coming, we very much enjoy easing into our morning with coffee and conversation. We sit, we have coffee, we converse, we commune, check our emails, this and that. Well, so often easing into the morning eases into, oh, what do you want to do for lunch? And it's fine because we're we don't have a lot of obligations. We don't have a lot of stuff. So most of the time it's fine. But my project isn't getting done by what do you want for lunch, easing into the morning. So when I talk to my wife about this, she's like, oh yeah, absolutely. I want to see you be successful with this. I want to see you, I want to see you do well with this. And I can work, because she has time-sensitive events too. They're a little farther out, but she has things that she needs to address too. And she's like, this will be perfect. I can work on my stuff. I can read. I can do my research and stuff for my projects. So it's been a win-win. The beautiful thing in all this is that almost as soon as I sat with it and let it just wash over me, it started fading. As soon as I put a light on it and said, okay, I see you. What are you doing for me? What do I need to do for you? And it started fading. And I'm actually more confident right now than I have been since I took this project on, which was another, that was another pattern, a behavior pattern that I caught myself in, because all of a sudden it's like when I start getting the panic feeling, the overwhelm feeling, is like, you're never going to get this done. You're never going to do it. You're going to fail. People are going to laugh at you. Why did you even take on this project? Which was a whole nother road of discovery, because then I had to think about, well, why am I doing this project? And I quickly remembered, because I want to be rich and famous. And after this project is done, mark my words, I will be rich and famous. Identifying the behavior patterns isn't always easy. This pattern, and I may never know where it started, where the actual root of it is, But it's been with me since grade school. I remember in grade school, they wouldn't fail me. They'd give me I's on my report card. Incomplete. Incomplete. It's on my permanent record somewhere. I know it is. They told me it was. But I'd have projects to do, and I didn't know where to start. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And there could be, like I say, I don't know where the root is. I don't need to know where the root is. I've identified the behavior pattern. I've identified the behavior, and now I know what to do with it. And the next time I get this feeling of overwhelm, I will sit, because I'm sure it's going to happen again. I will sit with it. I will process it and move forward.
That's great.
The nice thing about emotions, about feelings, is that they're like waves in the ocean. They start, they crest, and they go back. Every emotion that I've ever felt in my entire life, I've gotten through it, and they've all gone away at some point. They all fade. Sit with your emotions. Be mindful of them. Being mindful can help you do this. I've got a short meditation that I'd like to take you through, and it takes about 5 minutes. So if you're in a position where you can get comfortable, I invite you to get comfortable. If you're sitting, let yourself settle into the chair. If you're lying down, let yourself settle into the bed or couch or wherever you're lying. I would invite you to close your eyes or set a soft gaze on nothing in particular. And take a nice deep breath in and just let that escape gently. And then one more deep cleansing breath. And as you exhale, let all the tension and stress just flow out to be transmuted. Feel your body settle into the chair, into the ground, into this moment. Now gently bring your awareness to what you're feeling. Not with judgment, not with resistance, just noticing. Is there sadness, anger, anxiety, maybe a tightness in your chest, a flutter in your belly, or a heaviness behind your eyes? Maybe you're not feeling any particular emotion right now, and that's fine. Just sit with the moment. Whatever is here, welcome it. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to make it go away. Let the emotion be here exactly as it is. Breathe with it. Say inwardly, this belongs. This is allowed. Sit with the emotion as you would sit with a tired friend. No advice, no pushing, just presence. Notice how it shifts or stays. Be curious. Maybe it softens. Maybe it intensifies. But like waves in the ocean, all feelings rise and fall. Now I invite you to return to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Let your breath be the anchor while the emotion moves like a cloud through your sky. You are not your emotion. You are the space that holds it. Stay here for a moment, just being. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and bring your awareness back to your surroundings and back to where we are now. I love the line in there that says you are not your emotions. I'm very careful anymore not to say I'm angry. I have anger in me. I'm experiencing anger at this moment. I'm experiencing sadness. I'm not sad. I'm experiencing it. It's not who I am. I am not my emotions. I am experiencing my emotions. it's tough sometimes, especially with the negative emotions. It's tough to sit with them, but sit with them. Let them wash through you. There's something to be learned there. And if nothing else, you will have felt it. I mentioned before that I used to work in the weight loss industry, and people would come in and say, well, I'm an emotional eater. Well, a lot of people are. I am myself. And I would tell them, well, they're feelings, feeling with an L. Feel them, don't feed them. They're feelings, not feedings.
Good point.
It's tough sometimes, but it really is helpful. I'm in a much better place today in my life than I ever have been because of the mindfulness, because of being able to sit with my emotions, because being able to communicate with my wife openly and honestly. This is what I'm feeling right now. I never did that much before. I was a pretty private person for the most part, but this is it's amazing where it can take you and how much better your life can be because of it. And remember, it only takes a moment to be mindful. That's my quote. You can quote me.
I like that.
I know Sarah's got some upcoming events. I'm actually doing a class here, I forget what day, soon,
I got to
aren't I? I think I'm doing a class sometime soon. I think
Wait a minute. I've got to check in. I got so much going on. There's a lot to keep track of here. Yeah, and you are going to be at Lilydale.
I will be at Lilydale on July 2nd.
So who wants to join us? We'll take a big, caravan down of people to go watch Jack in Lilydale. I'm excited for that.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic. I know.
I intend fully to be rich and famous because of
I
it.
think so. I think so, Jack. Yeah. We've got so much coming up. That I realized today that our big summer expo is only 26 days away. All of a sudden, it was like whoop, light bulb. So that's coming up. That's gonna be epic. But yeah. So what you're talking about today, I know that exact feeling. Well, I get that feeling of overwhelm a lot because there's, like I said, I have a lot to keep track of.
You have a lot to be overwhelmed with.
There's a lot. So I know what that feeling is on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But I always, when you talk about projects, like I'm better with time management and getting, obviously I have to be to keep everything running, but like growing up in school, I would always procrastinate projects, like writing papers, artwork, things like that. I'm someone who would stay up all night and paint, but not like be able to do a little at a time. So I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a pretty feeling. It's not I know I have plenty of time to do this, but I just have to sit and do it instead of saying I have plenty of time.
But it's hard to sometimes, like, the starting point is sometimes hard, right?
Yeah. But I've gotten a good handle on it now, and like I say, I'm confident that it will be literally epic.
It will be. I know it will. Yes, lots to see, coming events on our website and on our Facebook page. And we look forward to seeing you here soon. Thank you all for tuning in today and have a wonderful day.
Namaste.